Onile means the customary owner of the land. How well did you do your findings? You cannot actually do a thorough finding without you having an insider. It's always good when smart people want to buy land. At times, they consult professionals. So when I talk about search, that's the hand of the surveyors and town planners. They know how to do search. Are you buying from the real people? And that will manage or save you from whatever problems that might come in future.
Hello everyone, my name is Kimura Ayasi, and you're joining us for an episode of Land Ownership and Omo Onile. And today I have with me Mr. Olumide, who's going to be talking broadly on the subject. So stay tuned, get your notes and your pen and jot things down. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please, can you kindly introduce yourself?
My name is Olumide. I'm a town planner by profession, and I work with the Pertinence group.
Nice, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Sir, it's often said that people face challenges when they're purchasing land. The threats from Omo Onile and the fear of Omo Onile. How true is this, sir?
Most times I'm being asked this question, I make people realize some facts. Like questions come like, does Omo Onile exist? I'll tell you yes. And in my context, Omo Onile means the customary owner of the land. Because in the beginning, during the creation, they said, let there be light, there was light, the earth was formless, blah, 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 blah. And there are settlers on the land. So how do you get anywhere where you meet people that are settlers on this land? So those are people who call the customary owners. That's what I call them. They have the customary right of ownership, and they are like the Omo Oniles. So this set of people, they exist. They exist.
So what's the relationship between a potential landowner and Omo Onile?
Okay, with the word potential, it means you're talking about someone that has what it takes to own a land. That wants to buy a land and Omo Onile. So I stated earlier the meaning of Omo Onile in my own context. And whoever wants to buy a land now needs to buy from those that have been in possession or that can lay claim to own the land. So that's what I mean, like this Omo Onile. So it's just a relationship we have between a potential buyer and a seller. So the person that wants a land now is a potential buyer. So he has what it takes. So, and the people he feels they can buy from is Omo Onile. So that's the major relationship between them before the purchase. And after the purchase, at times, the relationship can turn sour, it can turn any direction, depending on how the potential landowner, how he has handled the process of purchase. That is before buying, during buying, and after buying. So before buying, it is with the kind of search and the due diligence he has done on this set of people. Hope they are not the middleman. Are they the actual owners? Do they even have the right to sell? How many are they in the family? The people that are consenting to these sales, are they the authorized people? Do they even have a power of attorney to sell? So there are so many things that the potential buyer needs to do before even buying. Then during the purchase, is it paying to the right people? Then after the purchase, is it getting the right documents that can empower him in the transaction?
Okay, so taking your first answer, you said Omo Onile, they exist.
Yes.
So can I correctly say that since there exist these threats, these hostile situations, there are cases like that where a landowner is having an issue with Omo Onile? Can I correctly say that?
There will always be issues because there's no way you can be cheerful. There might be some loopholes or some areas where due diligence might have not been done. So there may be issues, but that's why I said it depends on how it was handled. So how it was handled, how well did you do your findings? And when it comes to findings, you cannot actually do a thorough finding without you having an insider. So for issues like that, it's always good when smart people want to buy land. At times, they consult professionals. There are professionals that can help you do your search. There are professionals that can help you do your findings, due diligence. So when I talk about search, that's the land of surveyors and town planners. They know how to do search. When it comes to due diligence, those tends towards legal practitioners. So being lawyers, they know how to dig for facts. So it's their job to go and dig for facts about the land. Are you buying from the real people? And that will manage or save you from whatever problems that might come in future.
So you're saying the way a landowner can be free, can take security measures against Omo Onile is going through their due diligence, their findings. Are there more measures?
You know the one I just described now is I was able to break the purchase system into pre-purchase, during purchase, and post-purchase. Yeah. So those two I've just stated can guide you through the pre and during. But when it comes to post-purchase, there are two major things I recommend for any land buyer, because then they are not a potential land buyer. They bought the land. Yeah. So just two major processes. The first I will talk about is possession. Okay. We don't joke with power of possession, because even in law, if there is dispute over a land, the person that has possession will still enjoy possession until his possession has been faulted by the court of law. So, and with the legal system, it might even take a number of years before they can get an injunction or a stop work order or eviction notice, before demolition notice. So whatever you are buying from Omo Onile, immediately you are at the point at which you are concluding the transaction, it's best for you to take possession immediately. So even if there are issues, maybe they've sold the land to someone else, but you having possession at that particular time still gives you an edge. Then the second thing you should not also joke with is documentation. So documentation is a process by which you involve the government also in that transaction, and the government can put their seal on that transaction, authorizing you as a legal owner. So meaning you don't only own possession, you're also owned by documentation. And documentation varies. Is a lengthy discussion, which I prefer legal practitioners that know so much about land will do, because there are certain documentations which you can get for different kind of land. There are some land that is best if it's under any form of acquisition that is not committed, you can go for government allocation. There are some maybe already has a C of O before, you just do a governor's consent. There are some that you can apply directly for a C of O. So the only thing this helps you to do is, in future, if there's any issue with the ownership stuff, because there are some people that the Omo Onile, they may not be so diligent in what they do. They tend to sell a land to two, three people. So, but you're able to also establish your possession, that is ownership, and also get necessary documents from the government that proves the ownership, then you are safer, because all other people, they can go to court and tell them to refund them. But since you have been able to fulfill your righteousness, then you can be termed as the actual owner by the law. You can be backed by law.
Yes, sir. So can a landowner be entirely free from Omo Onile?
Well, that's a big question, because most of this transaction, when you are entering into it with some of this Omo Onile, maybe because of it can be because of the level of education. Maybe some of them are not so educated. I said some, not all. So and there are some other people that might just be dubious, so they don't actually declare all fees. So, and their fees can vary from immediately after purchase. They will tell you to bring maybe some wine and some sum of money, maybe for the barley or the chief. Then from there, you pay for the family receipts. After family receipts, you might be asked to pay for a job card. You can pay for fencing fee, foundation fee, roofing fee, decking fee. And these are fees that you may have not even planned. You don't even have plans to pay, because most of us now, we are guided by planning, and that has to do with budget. So my budget for the land might be just ₦1 million. Then after then, you are now telling me I should give you another 200,000 for family receipts. I should give you this. By so doing, it will even reduce the rate or the speed of me doing my project on the land. I will know the time value of money. So prices are not static. So there can be some clauses that is cost related that we cannot actually clarify when we're going to source transaction. But, also some of them can be dubious, again, selling one land to so many people. So it doesn't guarantee your security. And that's why I recommend for most people, it's best to patronize maybe developers or real estate companies that must have gone through all this process for you. They can give you a form of security in your investment. So because let me be sincere with you, this same money I just highlighted, these real estate companies, they pay it, but they do it in a lump sum, and they're able to also get a form of security over your land. Maybe as a security in form of documentation, security in form of individual personnel that will be on your land, monitoring those land day and night. So most of the problems you tend to face from you directly interfacing with this Omo Onile, these real estate companies and developers, they are here to work as an intermediary between both parties.
Like the middleman.
So it's just like the middleman. Well, this business class or business studies we do, then they will tell you there's an wholesaler, there's a retailer, and there's always a middleman too. So between the wholesaler and the retailer. So we real estate companies and developers serve as the middleman, because the retailer wants, now let me put it this way, the person that wants to buy the land needs the land.
Yes.
The Omo Onile, whatsoever we call them earlier, they need money. So then the real estate companies and developers, they stand as the middleman to make sure during the exchange process, while I'm taking from this to give this, everybody is duly compensated. The Omo Onile gets the money in exchange for the land, and whoever is buying that gives the money also gets his own land. And at the end of the whole transaction, everybody is happy.
So from all that you said, I can say that my take home from all of this is, if you want to be safe, you don't want the threats, you don't want the wahala from Omo Onile, buy from a developer, a real estate company, do your findings and ensure that you're buying from a proper real estate company. Yes.
Do your findings. Yeah. It's very important. Do your findings. And even though that you are buying from, let me now make this clear, that you are buying from a developer, real estate company, does not stop you to do your findings on the land itself too. Be sure of the title. Be sure you can leave all other side of the Omo Onile. You can leave it to the real estate should have done all that. Or the title that whoever company you are buying from is putting forward. Pick up the documents. There are ministries you can work to. You can work to lands. You can work to Surveyor General's office. You can work to the New Town Development Agency authority. I mean, depending on wherever the land falls, they can chat and give you an information. Okay, what reason are you buying this land? Is it for agric? Yes, this land falls under agric. Is it for residential? This land is zoned for residential. So it's just that we tend not to do enough research. We're so lazy these days. We tend not to do a lot of research and findings. Information is everywhere, but you only get it if you search for it or you ask for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for your input. I'm sure our viewers have learned a lot. Thank you so much. So for more information on real estate matters, be sure to subscribe to Pertinence TV and drop your comments. We'll respond to them. Do have a lovely day. Thank you for joining us.